Hey, I actually remembered to put in the memory card this time.
Hey, everybody shines sooner or later.
Hey, it happens. It happens. It happens. So I was going to ask, I know my ritual and Deb's ritual. Cobweb, do you have a ritual pre-pod or anything like that you can talk about?
Oh man, I play Redman. I hit shuffle songs by Redman. I try to get stuff from off his first album. What the album?
Mm-hmm.
And wait, yeah, it's this one right here. That one.
Nice.
I know, right?
Usually
So,
what I do is I get home from work, I'm all freaking out. I still have at least an hour of prep time before, we start potting. And I'll bring up stuff on IMDb. I'll bring up my notes. If I have notes, I have notes today, by the way.
oh
Um,
wow,
I'll set up the Zoom meeting, and then I've got like a straight blade, and I'll exfoliate my feet before a podcast.
Deb, how you doing today?
I'm good.
With a straight edge razor, man. What the heck? Whoa, son, put that down. Might lose a finger on that one.
Or a toe.
A toe, straight up. You just pull out a straight. What kind of blade is that?
It's a cleaver. It's a folding cleaver.
Who has that in their pocket?
Me.
Josh,
somebody from Castofthepod.
you want to know what I do?
What's your prep, Deb?
I get on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, and look at different things that I want to add to our Jeep.
That's her show prep.
That's her show prep.
That relaxes
Oh
me.
wow.
Thinking what I want to get next for Leo. Leo's our Jeep.
Yeah. Don't even get her going about the Jeep. But
That's the baby.
Yeah.
We just
right.
got him
Okay,
angry
I get
eyes today.
So Cobweb, hold on.
You ain't gonna get me on this one today, Deb.
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Cobweb, I know you like saying it, and since you're gonna start us off today and you're gonna end us today, do you want to say it?
Yeah. Josh, hit the intro.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Cast of the Pod, the podcast where the three of us friends get together. Deb, are we friends?
I think so.
I think so. After 30 years of marriage, I hope we're friends. Maybe, possibly. But the three of us friends get together and we discuss a horror movie that we watched within at least the past week. And we discuss what we got from it. I mean, it might not necessarily be about the movie. It might trigger some kind of memory from back in the day or from 3 days ago. Or we try to review the movie, but then we talk and we commune and we cast the pod it.
And you never know where that's gonna go.
Yep. So real quick, take care of some business. All the social medias are at Cast of the Pod, unless you want to directly hit up COBWEB, which is faster, and go to COBWEB 411. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Today we're talking about the 2015 film Southbound, and COBWEB. We got this recommendation in the, we don't talk about it much, but there is a Cast of the Pod Facebook group.
Yes, it is.
And,
yes,
and this
is.
recommendation came out through a conversation you were having with somebody in the group. And who was that?
Oh, it was C.E. Garcia, man.
C.E. Garcia.
Yeah.
And
It's like the straight capital C and the capital E.
yes,
Yes.
big letters. Big letters.
No, straight up, it was pretty cool, because we don't get too many people don't really send out too many recommendations for movies. I mean, pod people are kind of weird. I think they still haven't come out of their shell yet when they're starting to grow.
They haven't come out of their
before
pod.
they really start to burn. They haven't come out their pod yet because they're pod people. They're just nuzzled in there in a warm shell,
Club,
enjoying Club 3P.
Club 3P, that's our Patreon pod people. They don't mind coming out, and like Brendan over from Upkick MMA, Samhain, Sam Haim, Miss Black Cat, our anonymous nobody, they don't mind throwing stuff out to us. But like in the group and social medias, this is kind of new, like recommendations coming in that way. And so shout out to C.E. Garcia for doing that.
Oh, for sure on that. Yeah, this is gonna be good right here.
Had you heard of Southbound before this?
Never heard of this movie before in my life.
Me neither. Deb?
Nope. I never had.
So this movie is directed by Roxanne Benjamin, Matt Bettinelli Olpin, and David Bruckner. Writers Matt Bettinelli Olpin, Roxanne Benjamin, and Susan Burke. Stars Chad Viella, Matt Bettinelli Olpin, and Christiana Pesic. So back in the day, Deb and I, when we were filmmakers, we made a movie. Well, we were starting a film, right, Deb? Three Tales of Terror. And,
oh wow!
Yeah, and
I learned something new about you guys every day.
We're old, so we've done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
It was a trilogy, but this is an anthology. Deb still got that cough.
Yes, I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry. I try to turn my face.
So this one's an anthology of 5 different stories that, spoiler alert, all kind of tie into each other some way or another, kind of, sort of. I think one of them might not, but anyway.
Dude, this story was crazy, man. Did they need 5 stories to go through this whole movie? It was like 5 different little stories or something like that. I got lost at I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. There was so much going on. I was like, what the fuck?
They could have done 3 or maybe 4. But yeah, the 5 might have been pushing it. So I'm sensing a little bit of hostility, Cobweb.
No, there's no hostility there. It's none. I mean, Southbound is kind of, all right, let me tell you something. The first scene with the guys in the truck.
Yep.
That junk was crazy, dude. I'm not gonna front.
I like
when I first saw
the
it.
Reapers.
Yeah, the Reapers were cool.
They were different.
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty tight. I was like, man, that's a different play on that and how they came forward. And I kind of did how they saved their story all the way at the end, when you got to see what actually those assholes did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you never really saw what happened. What was the girl what was the girl in the picture? What was that?
So their story was what they call bookends. They started the movie and they ended the movie. And one of the conversations I wanted to have with both of y'all, because Deb and I have not talked about this movie at all, just because we wanted to save it for the pod. Didn't want to burn that content. And
thanks a lot, CE.
So I don't have the names of all the individual acts. Do you have those? Either one of y'all?
The what?
So the 5 different acts of the.
Sorry.
Of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All this
I didn't even.
All this time, Deb hadn't been coughing.
Well, at work, I was coughing a lot. Oh.
But anyways, so like you said, it starts off with 2 guys in a truck. They're covered in blood, and they're running from something. And the passenger of the truck, he's noticing these amazing looking wisps of black smoke or something just ethereal, off onto the side. And I was thinking to myself, man, the graphics for this movie are pretty fucking tight. And then they drove up on one of them, and I was like, man, that's some. I wish they wouldn't have showed them that close, because up close they look kind of super CG-ish. But from the distance, I mean, it looked big budget, amazing, realistic, like just. I don't know. A lot of truck drivers will say that they see these shadows on the road, and sometimes they made a movie of it, Black Dog.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the first time hearing it.
Yeah, where they go to avoid like a big black dog in the road, and it causes an accident that leads into something else, and that's what I was thinking of when I saw these Reapers off on the side. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this movie. It's a love or hate thing, and I don't know why I'm talking so much about it, but I really like this opening scene a lot.
The opening scene gets you. It was so good with the deja vu and everything like that I was like, have I seen this movie before?
Dude, it almost looked like it was a one shot that they drove off to the left and then instantly appeared on the right. And they see the waitress there. Okay, so to our pod people that are listening, our listeners, they're running from something. They start seeing these demons on the road or whatever they are, shadows on the road, right? And then they're running out of gas, and they pull off to this gas station, and they walk in, and there's this blonde chick. I'm sorry, blonde waitress. Go ahead.
Keep it going. We're not going to get off into the alphabets.
And there's some disgruntled looking people in the diner. It's Roy's Cafe or something like that, right? And these guys are just covered in blood. You can tell there was some buffoonery going on, And she's like, rough night. And she's like, can't use the bathroom, customers only. So he gives her like a bunch of money to get some gas, or $20, right?
Yeah, it was $20.
Yeah, $20 on gas. Yeah.
And it looked really badass because there's the taller, skinnier one and the shorter, chunkier one. The shorter, chunkier one was the passenger, and he was the one that saw the shadows first. But the taller one, when he looked at his wound that he had on his side, and he didn't realize that skeleton was there. And then as he's lifting his shirt, that shirt pulls over his face. It looked great. Yeah. It looked like there was an like the Predator was not even the Predator. It looked like there was nothing behind him, but it looked like something was holding the shirt, pulling it over his face. Like nothing.
I got you know what I mean? Maybe that's what they should have did. That it made when you can see them from far away, but then when you got close, they were just invisible or something like that. You can never really get a good glimpse of them. I think that's why they screwed up on the whole thing. And I think they showed you too much of it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes less is always better.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where they should have went with that. Because if you couldn't show it, it's like the same concept like they had, like we thought about with that flick with the vampires, what was the Lost Boys. You never really saw them fly anything like that because they couldn't really make it look good. So they just shot it from a different angle and a different perspective.
Yep.
But hey, it was still dope. So tell her what happened, Josh. Tell her what happened when they left the first time.
So they run off, right? And Deb, what was it that you noticed right when they take off?
What do I notice?
No, you were like they didn't what when they ran off? They didn't get their gas. They
didn't get. They just like took off, and then I was like, oh, that's like $20 that they just wasted.
Just lost that $20. 3 seconds later, they're driving up stage left, and boom, they're back in front of the gas station.
I'm like, well, they have time to get their gas now.
And it's the same waitress, and she's like, tough night. And they're like, what the fuck? Literally, hey, if you're new to Castofthepod, you have been warned about the language.
Yep.
And so they drive off, and as soon as they drive off, boom, they're instantly back stage left. What the fuck? Like 3 times.
That's what he kept saying.
Yeah. And they kept going, they kept going, they kept going. Let me go to my notes over here. Deb pointed out that it was like a Hotel California.
Oh yeah, I started singing the song.
Before
wow.
you could check out, but you could check in, but you could never leave.
Okay.
And that's what he did.
Okay.
He checked in when he gave her the money, and they got off to go to the restroom. He got off, he checked in, went to the restroom, and now they can't leave.
And so Mitch is like, "Why are you running?" That's the shorter guy, the passenger. He's like, "Why are you running? Just let it go. Just get over it. We're done. We have to pay the price for what we did." And as he's doing this, he's looking at a picture of his daughter, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at a picture of her that he has. And you all right, Deb?
Yes.
So Jack's all like, "I'm gonna go home. We gotta get from here." He's like, "Yeah." And Mitch says, "Once we get home, what does it matter? What's going on?" And that's when Jack got.
Yeah, they took him off the map pretty quick.
And it was like ugly too.
Yeah, the Reaper comes out, sticks his hand down his throat, tears open his face, and just leaves him there. Now, did you realize that's the same way? We're gonna jump to story 5 right now. Story 5, Jack kills that lady in the house by shoving his gray shirt down her throat. The same shirt that was getting pulled over his face in the bathroom. And it's the same way that Reaper kills him.
So was that them? The family?
Yeah, jumping into 5. After they kill those 3 people, that's where the ground starts opening up and the bodies tear open. I don't know if you remember the
right. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. But I was like, is that really? It just struck me kind of weird that that they would have those abilities like that and living like that, or what that was. That it just seemed kind of weird because this movie plays with a lot of supernatural powers and abilities and stuff like that you don't really see too much in these movies. That it was kind of far out there, dude.
I don't think anywhere in this movie is Earth. I don't think anywhere in this movie is natural anything. I think this whole movie's like limbo.
So the 3
Reapers.
The Reapers were the family?
Were the family that they kill in Act 5. That was chasing them down. And I'm assuming it was the wife that got the shirt stuck down her throat.
That killed him.
That killed him by sticking her arm down his throat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only thing that I get lost at is Mitch runs back into Roy's. And he runs into a hotel room. And as soon as he runs into a hotel room, he hears Caitlin, his daughter's voice, and he runs after her. Now, when he runs after her, there's like some little magic going on or something like that. You see a little like glow around him. And then now he's in his house and there's blood in his house. Right. And he's just running through the halls, chasing after his own daughter, trying to save his daughter. And then she's like, "Why didn't you save me, Daddy?" And then his story ends. And it ends with like the maid putting a "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door, which means he's just going to go through an eternity of not being able to save his daughter.
Yeah, right.
Did you think of it that way, Deb?
I did not until now that you're saying that. I can see it
he
now.
has to relive that whole. Yeah, that was kind of crazy though, man. But what happened to his daughter though? I mean, what did that do to his daughter?
So
I didn't ever catch that part. You know what I'm saying?
So jumping back into the 5th play, the 5th act.
The 5th play. God damn it.
So the first one and the 5th one. It's a husband, a wife, and a daughter at a bed and breakfast. And we learn that the bed and breakfast ends up being that same motel that Mitch and Jack end up at Roy's. It's tied to that somehow. And there's these 3 guys wearing masks, which we learn 2 of them are Mitch and Jack. And they're coming for revenge. And you never know what the revenge is for, because you don't realize it's revenge. You think that they're just attacking this innocent family. And it technically is an innocent family, especially the mom and the wife.
Yeah.
And after the three
You mean the wife and the
intruders-
daughter?
The wife and the daughter, yeah.
Yeah. The mom and the wife. That's double. Is that like, what is that?
Not the same person.
I'm trying. I have memory issues over here.
The
and
mom
I'm
and the
trying
wife
to-
is the same person.
You got me.
I know, right? Damn, doesn't that feel good sometimes when you get them real good on that one like that? Yeah.
Well, I
gotta put
didn't
that in my
realize
book.
he said that until you brought that up. So
I'm trying to read my notes over here, motherfuckers. Both y'all.
okay, continue.
So, I think he did something with the little girl that should never be happening to children. And then he killed her. That's where the blood in the infinity halls is from. Because after they finally they get the husband and the wife tied down, she's like, "Wait, leave us alone. What did we do to you? What did we do to you?" And then Mitch shows the picture to the husband and whispers something to the wife. And the wife looks at the husband like, "You motherfucker."
And he has a guilty look on his face.
He has a look on his face like,
Yeah, and he's like, how can we make this right? What can I do to make this right? Because he knew he did something. But that was kind of like the part where, obviously they didn't want to cross a line or something else like that, but they just,
they
crossed a lot of lines already.
See, the thing is where they still look like they were good, and this whole movie, like I said, it's like limbo, and it's like limbo, purgatory, whatever. And I don't know if people are being judged or whatever, but they didn't have to kill the wife. She wasn't in on that. And when they did, I think that's what sealed their fate. Jack and Mitch.
Yeah. I think so too. Oh, girl came back though, didn't she? Teenage girl, she came back.
Yeah, they told the
they told her to go.
They told her run, leave, go away. And then when she got back, they started chasing her, and she ran into Mitch, and Mitch stabbed her and killed her. That's what I think. Mitch was there for revenge for what happened to his daughter, with no plans on hurting.
He just wanted the dad.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Jack took it too far by killing the wife, and then Mitch accidentally kills the daughter. And brings it full circle. Hey, that brings the whole thing full circle, and Mitch spends the rest of his eternity running in circles.
Because they didn't kill him, right?
Yeah, they didn't kill him. They just let him live in his hell of never being able to save his daughter.
Man, that's just hardcore, man.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's episode of
I guess the other guys got off well. What's that? Oh, what about those teenage chicks? What's the band chicks?
The White Tights.
Oh my God.
That was the name of their group. No, but yeah. So that's Acts 1 and 5 right there. And those were my two favorite ones.
I was gonna say those were the two that I liked. I like the other ones. I
could have done without.
Yeah, if they would have just
I missed that part.
If they would have had just the movie just like that, I would have been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't need all that. Deb, why didn't they have a spare tire?
She took it. They said that the main one took it out because they needed more room for their
the
luggage
drum
and
set,
stuff.
for the drum set.
Get the fuck out of here.
We're gonna drive through the desert in an old Volkswagen van without a tire. Oh my God.
That's why you put a tire on the door.
That hurt my soul doing that voice. Oh
man.
That came out way too easy.
And that really just hurt my ears, man. Don't do us like that, Josh. Don't bring the Valley Girl out.
Oh my God,
dude. Because they were so stupid. They were just like, let's do everything that we should not do.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say this, and not because I'm wearing my Felipe's Garage shirt, and not because Felipe's Garage is coming to an end and their podcast is ending. The podcast where Deb and I met COBWEB. They have a segment. They had a segment called Not the Human Centipede. I have not seen all of the Human Centipede, not because of the gross factor, because that doesn't bother me. What pissed me off was Deb had seen it. She was like, "You got to see this movie." And in this movie, They go to this creepy old German guy's house and they drink his creepy old
Scary
German guy. Yeah, scary German guy, like from Monster Squad. They drink his tea, and they like, oh well, let's sleep in this neighbor, not neighbor's house, this stranger's house, and whatever. And I'm just looking at that shit, going, no, 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 no. And I couldn't finish that movie just because it was so stupid, because they put themselves in a situation like that. And that's the same exact thing that happened here with the White Tights. They're going on a cross-country tour with their band in a beat-up van with no extra water for their radiator, with no extra tire for their bald-ass 1970s tires.
Man.
And
That's just like, you've seen a Volkswagen, those Jeep vans like that, those old school, you know they gonna break down. It
Do they have like
looks
a-
like something that's gonna break down.
That's why
That's a
Gabriel
trope.
Iglesias, Fluffy, he's got like 80 of them. That way, if one of them breaks down, just throw that one away. I'll get another one. He collects them. Right, Fluffy?
Get the fuck out of here.
We need Fluffy on our podcast.
Yeah, we need Fluffy on the podcast. Let's work on that. So no, I'm gonna give you a list of shit that made me just like, nope.
Yeah, that whole
Nope.
Okay.
act pissed me off. Like I didn't want
The
to
meat?
watch it. Yeah.
So no, hold on. So they're
I
on the
just wanna
side.
jump into it already.
No, hold on. So they're on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. Let me check GPS. Oh, nope, we're not anywhere. Can't
There's
find
no
out where we're at.
service.
Let's call. Oh, there's no service. Let's change the tire. Oh, there's no tire. So let's drink this hot ass beer in the middle of the desert
So we can dehydrate.
so we can dehydrate and be a little buzzed when crazy ass Aries K driving damn 1950s family drives up. Hey, what are you doing there? You need any help? Is there anything we can help you with? Howdy, neighbor.
Jeez, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Looking
That
like Jim
bullshit,
and Tammy
son.
Faye Baker.
Thank you. I don't mess with no people looking like that. They don't even look right walking around like that.
1970s glasses, and yeah.
Pelted, pleated pants,
And he's like,
crochet shirts having on ass.
our next door neighbor has a trailer, and the trailer has a tire that'll fit exactly that. Let's go, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the smart one is like, nope, we're good. That's all right.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, you just stay here and have a good time by yourselves. And they start driving off, and then the blonde was like, nope. Oh, no, the blonde one, who?
The one that was drinking that said, let's go.
Yeah.
He said, did you go with them?
Yeah.
What kind of stupid idiots goes in the middle of a desert
With complete
On a
total
road
strangers.
trip. with no bottled water,
That's what I
no
said.
ice? You
That's
got
what I
beer with no. Why would you even have beer in a
That's
desert
exactly
that's
what I
hot?
said.
It's like deja
I
vu
know, but it's
all
just so
over again.
stupid.
Wait,
Good
wait,
God.
wait, hold on. Wait.
It's like it's like the movie again. It's like the beginning of the movie. We're caught in the loop.
Gotta rewind that
What
shit.
the fuck? I just heard that. I swear I just heard that.
See, now, I mean, one can debate that this is a good movie because we're talking about it. It's got all these talking points, and we're doing Castofthepod a little differently today and all that, because whatever. No, okay, so they're driving down the middle of nowhere, right? And these people are like, oh, so, I mean, guys looking all creepy in the rearview mirror, looking at these girls and all that, right? Oh, another thing, driving down the lonely highway east of Omaha, no gun, no
They
knife,
probably don't believe
nothing.
in guns.
Oh yeah, guns.
They was just
no.
You know-
And then she looks into the back of the car, and there's a bear trap.
yeah.
Right then and
A bear
there,
trap.
if all the other hints weren't getting to me,
Hasn't she ever seen? Haven't they ever seen any kind of movie? If they show something in a movie, they're gonna have to use it.
You ain't lying. Because they ain't going to spend that money on that bear trap for nothing. I was waiting to see whose foot was going to get cut off on that one.
Yeah, she was like, is that a bear trap? And he, oh no, it's a coyote trap, and it probably doesn't work anymore.
Fucking ass.
Sound like Ned from Simpsons.
Oakley dokley.
He did.
Maybe that's why the two girls were like, oh, happy to be good. Like, he sounds like Ned from Simpsons. He must be a nice guy.
So they get,
Oh my God.
they get to the house. They get to the house, and it's miles away. They left all their earthly belongings in that van off on the side of the road. They had shit on top of the van, so people didn't even need to break in to steal their shit. It was just on top. They just take it off the top.
Why?
So they go off with Ned and whatever Mrs. Flanders. I forgot what her name was.
Doesn't
Mrs.
matter.
Flanders.
Before she got
Mrs. Flanders.
she got shot off the top of the bleachers with the t-shirt cannon because Homer Simpson missed it.
I was like,
And she
what?
fell off the top of the. Was it like Nancy Flanders?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Mrs. Flanders.
Anyways.
Ned's wife.
No, I'm just mad. I'm just mad because the second segment, which, oh, I forgot to say, is tied into the first segment because when they put the do not disturb on the door for Mitch to run into his
Right.
eternal hell, then it goes to the next room, and that's where the girls are at, in the next room. And
And it's
that's
like
where
they come out, right? And go to their van.
that was another thing that pissed me off. Being old, as I've been getting older, I like waking up earlier and earlier in the mornings, as old people do. They're like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's too early for this. I'm like, you're on tour, motherfucker.
And
You got a show to get to.
I know. Wouldn't you
You
want to
better
be?
hustle,
Wouldn't you
get
want to
the-
get up
there
early?
early.
Like, wouldn't you want to get up early so you could drive earlier, so you won't be stranded somewhere in the middle of the night? I don't know. That's just my thought.
You know
Anyways,
what? They're not a good band. Let's just be honest. So okay, they're not. They probably might not even been missed.
We find out that a fourth member used to be with them, but she's no longer with them. And we don't know that she's dead, but she's no longer with them. Later on, we're going to find out that she's dead. But at this point, we don't know.
Yeah.
They get to Ned Flanders' house. And it's like, here's your room right here. Here's this room, and you can go take a shower, and blah, 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 blah.
You have your own restroom in the room.
Yeah.
They start like two of the girls are like, okay, we're taking a rest, whatever, and then the other girl starts like digging through the stuff there in the house, and she finds a switchblade, an open switchblade. It wasn't even folded, it was open, just in a drawer, hidden in clothes and all that,
Ready to go.
which means somebody
No need for the
somewhere
switch.
left it there for the next people coming on. Anyways, so they go to dinner and the neighbors show up, and they got the Kurganist looking motherfucker twin sons. I don't know if y'all
Oh my
remember who
God.
Kurgan is, but
Yes.
Kurgan from the Oddities from WWE back with Insane Clown
Yup.
Posse. Everyone, welcome to the greatest show. I don't remember the
What are
song.
you talking about?
Yeah, they look like Kurgan.
You think that's his children? It might be his boys.
Maybe.
They were adopted children. Adopted.
No, but he's
Kurgan's
saying
kids.
Kurgan's kids.
Yeah, and they were legit
Yeah.
twins. Legit, I got you. I hear you. And they're sitting at the table, and they're like, I thought there was 4 of them. And then their mom's like, nah! Just starts screaming. And that was another
Right.
thing. That was another thing. Before all this happened, Ned Flanders' wife tells Sadie, which is the sanest girl in this group, tells her, oh, I'm sorry about Alex, the 4th
Yeah,
member.
she did.
And she's like, what did you say to me? She's like, oh, nothing. I had some menace to society vibes going on. What'd you say about my mama?
Yeah.
I feel
Let me tell
sorry-
you something.
I feel
Sometimes
sorry
when
for
you
your
catch
mother.
stuff like that,
What the fuck?
that was
did
on
you-
some bullshit.
Yep.
It was too many warning signs, man. That's why they ended up where they ended up, dude. That's what you get.
And then they go to
Let's be
dinner.
honest.
They go to dinner, and there's this lump of some kind of burnt ass meat. And the other 2 girls just eat it. They just eat it. And Sadie's like, nope, I'm a vegetarian today.
I'd have been a vegetarian every day on that shit. They didn't even tell her what it was.
No,
They
they're
said it's just
eat
meat.
it.
Is it? Yeah,
It's
good.
meat. Eat it.
You'll get
I'm
used
like,
to
what
it.
kind of meat? It's just meat.
I'm gonna say something.
Like, okay, cool.
I'm gonna say something.
And she didn't eat it.
No. I'm gonna say something that might ruffle a few feathers. I know.
Ruffle them motherfuckers up.
Ruffle them. You ready?
Yep.
When Deb and I went to Kansas City, Missouri, right? And they were talking about Kansas City barbecue. Kansas City barbecue. Oh, you got to get burnt ends. You got to get burnt ends. It's better than Texas barbecue. The stuff that they served in this movie looked like Kansas City barbecue. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Burnt
Not
ass
impressed.
ends. Yeah. Nope. Looked like the shit that they were eating in the second act of Southbound.
Yep. You know, I'm not really impressed with too much with burnt ends. I think they're a little bit overrated myself. They ain't nothing but some rib tips. That's all it is.
I mean,
You know,
it was the leftover parts of shit that was just like, oh, we're not going to waste anything. And now they charge you an arm and a leg for it. Fuck you. Not you, COBWEB, but anybody who's like, yeah, here's the ass end of stuff. We're not going to throw it away, so we're going to cook it, and people are going to end up liking it. So now we're going to charge you 4 times. It defeats the whole purpose.
Yes. It really kind of dumbed it down. You know, that just leave that alone. Okay, the
Did we
chicks, they
completely
ended up
forget the
dead.
movie to talk about barbecue?
It was weird, dude. I know.
I'm hungry. All right, everybody,
You want
thanks for
some
listening
cheese?
to tonight's episode. I'm gonna do what?
Nothing.
Did you ask if I want some cheese?
Cheeseburger.
Man, have you heard
Cheeseburger.
Chucky's podcast?
Yes, I've heard Chucky's podcast.
He had a new episode
before.
that came
I've
out
listened-
today. Today is our recording
Oh
day,
shit!
5/22/23. Yeah, Chucky had a new
No,
episode.
no.
He's talking about Carrie today, the movie Carrie.
You know what? I saw something pop up right on my list. I was like, no, that's just not a new one. I was like, I wasn't ready.
It's a new one. Chucky's releasing twice a week, man. He's beating us.
He's busy.
Of course, his episodes are like 2-3 minutes long,
And he's by himself.
and he hasn't been calling us anymore because he's a
Woo!
superstar.
He's calling you. Well, at least he says, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad for that. And my phone ain't blowing up in a minute. I'm pretty cool with that.
There you go.
You know, I mean, I got a lot going on around here, man, but I mean, you know, I'm Patreon exclusive. You know,
And I give you ain't pain, don't bother me.
Hey, I kind of feel bad for C.E. Garcia.
For who?
why?
Because he's got a podcast, right? And,
Right.
And his podcast is very analytical, very, very ingredient A, ingredient B, in order and all that. And we're all like, here's the first one, here's the fifth one, back to the second one. Oh, on the fifth one, barbecue. Chucky, cheese sandwich. Let's talk about the second one again. Hey, but that's how we do. That's what we are here at Castofthepod. And
This is true.
Yes. Yes.
You knew what you signed up for. You knew what you signed up for when you sent this movie. I just knew what I was signed up for when I got this. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that junk right there. What's the name of that podcast again?
90 minutes on film.
Yeah.
Is that it? MINS
Yeah, it is.
for minutes. Yeah. Man, they didn't even pay
Yeah.
us or anything like that.
Dude, man, I told you we too kind. We are the the podcast of the people. You know,
We gotta
the
get-
people need to start showing up.
We got to get CE to jump in here.
I'm sorry, everybody, about my coffee and trying not to.
Deborah, we're gonna kick you off the pod.
Okay,
I'm gonna just hit mute for the rest of the pod.
go ahead.
You're not contributing nothing except coughing disease.
Whoa. Somebody go tell him to hug trees.
Hey, I was worried
Have you
about
hugged your trees today?
He did not.
I did not today, but man, we had this crazy storm. Anyways, back to Act 2 of Southbound, 2015's movie Southbound.
Jeez.
And so then they go to sleep, and then the two girls that ate that shit start throwing up black, just like sludge, like bad coffee, just bleh. And the one that didn't drink it, what?
It was like that stuff off of Evil Dead. when old girls start throwing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The chunky dark stuff.
Yeah.
But then back to Evil Dead and also the movie Drag Me to Hell, they start drinking this viscous white milky stuff. They're like, oh, here's a recipe from the old country. It'll make you feel better.
They said it was like
some medicine. Just here, take the medicine. That's all they need.
Said it was like soft milk or something like that.
Yogurt and some kind of buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
That's how. That not in the movie, but in real life, they used yogurt and buttermilk to make it.
Oh.
Good.
Ugh.
No wonder they were throwing it up.
Yeah. So, and then they feel better, and then they're wearing these June Cleaver 1950s dresses, just the two of them. And Sadie's like, "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go." And they're like, "No, we will stay." They're all Stepford Wife-ish, and they go to sleep. And Sadie's like, "All right, I guess I'll go to sleep."
Why would you go to sleep?
This whole second act was just a whole bunch of that's what you get. That's what you get.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. I spent 16, 17, 20. We just spent more time talking about the second act than the second act actually takes in the movie.
It's let it go, man.
No, but the whole time. Okay, well, we'll get to the end of this one. So, middle of the night, find out the two friends are out there, and then they're all in this swinger party. Now, I'm not saying sex or anything like that, but this demonic-looking shrouds and praying to the Great One and everything like that. And they're doing a blood ritual, putting marks on their heads, and they absorb the sign into them and all that. And then Sadie,
their eyes turn black.
Sadie's out there with her switchblade, and she steps back right into the coyote trap, the bear trap.
And it was probably the bear trap that, the Sadie trap.
The Sadie trap.
Probably the same one that was in the car.
Yeah, probably the same exact one. And they only had one in that entire outside, the whole outside area.
She stepped on it.
Yeah, and it pinched her on her toe.
It was like on the sole of her
her thick ass Doc Marten boots.
Yeah, she had some steel toes because she was in a rock band. That's what saved her.
Yeah.
That's what saved her foot.
She goes running away from them, and she's out in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of the woods.
And then runs out into the desert. And then she's on this strip of highway. And she's trying to wave this car down, the bright lights in the distance, all Hotel California again. And we go into the third act, which is this guy that's talking to his wife on the phone.
He's on his way home, right?
And she sent him a couple of pictures of dresses that she's going to wear for tonight. And he's like, "Oh, wear this one because you want to wear that one or whatever." And he's not paying attention. And he slams into Sadie on the highway. Fucks her up. She looked horrible. Whoever did the graphics for this one. Yeah, whoever did the effects on this one. Oh, she could dislocate her elbow and bend it the wrong way, that actress.
Oh, she did that for that?
Yeah, so that was something she did for them. She was like, "Oh, by the way, my arm bends the wrong way. Look."
Oh, they said you're hired.
You're hired.
You're hired. You're hired. You're fired. You're rehired just so you can do that.
Dude, wait. Okay, this whole scene right here is just too unbelievable. This whole act. Let me tell you why. Oh, my man was driving a prestige Audi, okay, SUV. I'm not sure which one that was, but I'm pretty sure it probably was like an A6 or A8.
Yes.
Now, me personally, I would, and he had the butter leather seats. I would have not been picking Sadie's bloody ass up and putting her in my car and taking her ass no goddamn well.
No.
I would not put her ass no motherfucker. Right where I fucking left her motherfucking ass.
Wait. Time out. Whoa. I just thought of something. What did Sadie do? Was she the reason Alex got killed? What does she do to deserve this? Because everybody that's get something bad in Southbound did something to get what they got.
She left her there.
She left her behind to bang some dude or whatever, and that's what we don't know how she got killed.
Yeah.
We don't know how Alex got killed, so that's why Sadie gets hit in the middle of the highway.
I think somebody kidnapped her.
Yeah, it was something like they said on the because a girl said it to her or something like that,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Why would you say something like that to her?" You know.
I think
So-
she like went to the restroom or something, and she got kidnapped and then killed.
Well, she got left behind because Sadie wanted to bang some dude. That was said.
Yeah.
But okay, so Sadie's in the middle of the highway, all twisted and turned and just messed up. And I mean, graphics wise, it was horrible to look at. So he hangs up with his wife. Hold on. She's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And he's like, "Just stop. Just let me talk for a minute, Deborah. Leave me alone. Get off my back for a second."
What?
Huh? What?
Why you gotta put my name in there?
And then
Don't ask Deb. You can go on.
he calls 911. And then just like you said, that's when he has the chance to go, "Up, April Fools. I was joking. Oh, I can't track myself. You don't know where I'm at. Them's just jokes. I was testing 911. Y'all did a great job. Bye."
Let me tell you
do
what I
that.
would have did. His wife even called. I would have told my wife, like, "Look, babe, let me tell you what just happened." You know what I'm saying? And tell her, like, "Look, blah,
Because of
blah,
you.
because she jumped out in the middle of the street already. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? She's in the middle of the road. I'm in the middle of the desert, yo. Who's expecting this chick to jump out there like that? She just jumped out there and she was there.
Mhm.
Who gives a shit? Okay. Now, obviously, you could probably afford a lawyer because he's driving a nice little Audi, you know. But I still, like I said, you ain't never getting that blood out that stitching.
Nope. If he would have been driving a Tesla, that shit wouldn't have happened.
Why?
Because they're self-driving. They wouldn't have hit her.
Oh.
They would have gone
Yeah.
around her or something like that.
I was like,
I
huh?
don't. I'm not jumping on any bandwagon supporting or not supporting Elon Musk or anything like that. I'm just saying, if he would have been driving a Tesla, that shit wouldn't have happened. And anybody who has access to Teslas and would like to donate 3 of them, or at least 2, one in the Illinois area and one in the Texas area for Castofthepod, well, we'll accept it. And we'll talk about the marvels of your vehicle.
We'll put even a little symbol in the corner of our screen.
Yeah. I'm just
Cast
saying.
of the Tesla.
Cast of the Tesla. They're gonna change it. Cast of the Tesla pod.
Every episode will be recorded from our Teslas, by our Teslas. I'm talking to you, Elon Musk, motherfucker.
Well, Tesla
Sir,
driving.
Sir.
Motherfucker, sir.
Boss.
Motherfucker, sir, boss. That's right. I said it.
Fuck yeah.
You seen that car? The doors open up all sideways and they flap and it plays little songs and shit like that.
Oh man, I know. I got a couple friends that have them, man. It's
We
crazy.
drive by ourselves.
Dad, what are you talking about?
The cars.
Cobweb, me and you were trying to have a conversation over here. Deborah's just singing shit.
We drive by ourselves. Join us.
Okay, so this he's talking to 911 and they're all like, "This is what you got to do. Just do you see any lights?" And he sees lights like 40 miles away. And he's like, "Oh, there's lights like 5 miles from here." I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't know distance.
No, he does not. Not at all.
So he throws her in the
It's
back.
called a desert plane, motherfucker.
He throws her in the back of the car. She's got a compound fracture of the leg. He hadn't even tied that shit off yet before he puts her in the back seat of the car.
And he doesn't even place her. He just throws her in
Kind
there.
of chunks her in the
He
car.
swings her in there.
Yeah, her
Get
neck.
your ass in there.
Her neck is good. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
in a hurry.
You ever
Right.
try
That's
to
what
throw?
they tell you. Don't move her.
That's that's why when they said for 911 and he needs to pick her up and take her, I was like, really? Really? He needs to pick her up and take her? This is coming from 911?
Right. That was
Quit
a little bit too
playing.
unbelievable too myself, because I know that. Right, quit playing. Right, I've been through so many safety courses in my life. I know they say don't move nobody like that shit.
I would be like, okay, guys, get out from the trees. You know, this is a prank now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's when you stop and you look around. Excuse me, ma'am. but she is looking at the back of her shirt, not because her shirt is backwards, but because her fucking head is looking the wrong direction. You want me to pick her up? And then he picks her up and throws her in the back of the car, like how you throw whatchamacallit, when you get a deal on dog food, or they don't have the smaller bags, so you accidentally buy the much larger bag, and you're carrying it wrong, and you're like, fuck, I can't believe I used to carry shit like this all the time. Now I'm old and not as strong as I used to be, and so you're kind of holding it all weird, and you just chunk it into the back seat of your car.
That was like last week, Josh.
Shut the fuck up, Deborah. You gotta tell people my shit.
You didn't have to agree with it.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I do, Josh. I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Hold on. Remind me to delete that. I'm definitely not going to leave that on the episode. I can guarantee nobody's going to hear that.
It's okay. This late into it. Yeah.
You make me have a
Josh.
What?
Okay. Deb. Now I know you love your baby. I know you love your car.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
What's your guys' car name?
Leo.
Yeah. Now, would you have put her bloody ass?
No.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. Okay, guys, from behind the trees, I know you're there. You can come out now. Ha, I was scared.
If it was a kid, like a little kid or whatever, yeah, you know, in the back, the back of the Jeep opens up in the back, not in the seat or anything like that.
You know, like Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, like Pumpkinhead. Exactly, like on like Pumpkinhead. Grown ass person that should have been looking both ways and was in a section that wasn't lit or nothing like that. They're on their own. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Josh always has like a big mess in the back of the Jeep. There's no room. Sorry.
That is true. I got way too much bullshit back there.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's only room for the passenger and the driver. And there's no way in hell I'm staying out here while he drives you to the hospital. Sorry, you're out of luck.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You know, I can't really say that. My trunk is pretty clean. I'm sorry. I keep it.
We keep the outside clean.
Do you want me to stay? Do you want me to stay
clean.
there on the phone with you? Yes. You want me to park my vehicle in a way protecting the person right there with the hazard lights on? Yes. But pick somebody up with their heads falling off, legs falling off, and all that.
No.
And no. I mean, you have to triage the situation. If they can make it, and it really, and not. I'm not saying my upholstery is that important because it's not.
Yeah.
But
you don't move somebody.
The way that she was, all joking aside, I mean, and then the way he picked her up and literally just like flung her into the thing, she was done. If she wasn't dead from being picked up, what?
When she got to the hospital and he was moving and her leg fell apart,
he was carrying her. He was carrying her the way that a groom carries a bride across the threshold and all that. And her compound fracture bends the wrong way, rips the meat, starts pouring blood out all over the place. He's sliding away on the blood.
He slips sliding away.
Exactly.
Poor girl.
Oh shit.
At sea,
she didn't stand a chance.
So they get into a small town. Ain't nobody in this town. Nobody anywhere. Right? Then he finds a hospital, goes into a hospital.
It's all trashed.
It looked like it was the hospital from The Sadness.
Yes, it did.
It did.
Everything was all trashed out and all that. And then he throws her on. He finds this like operating table that has all the dentist lights and all that shit. Throws her on there, takes his belt off. And honestly, I was like, somebody's going to come in while this guy's taking his belt off. And they're going to think that he was trying to do some stuff with this broke ass chick. And literally broke ass chick. And it's going to turn around or whatever. But nobody shows up. Nobody's there. And he's using his belt for a tourniquet. And then he knew medical terms. It was kind of like he was a doctor himself. And he had some money.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah.
But he's talking to 911 and they're like, oh, well, look for something that has this type of whatever so you can intubate her. You can stick the tube so she can breathe.
Yeah.
and he sticks like 2 fingers down her throat and starts leading the breathing pipe through. And it isn't even the breathing pipe. It's just the tubing. It's like aquarium tubing.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
And then
It was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
she bites his fingers.
She doesn't even like. He makes a face, but I don't know. Maybe she didn't bite hard enough or something.
Hey, wait. Okay, and this was when the doctor calls, right?
The doctor's on the line with 911. Hey, I'm a surgeon. I've been listening all this time. And he doesn't go, why didn't you fucking say something all this time?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was saying. I said, you've been listening this whole time, motherfucker? Come on, dude. Why you got me talking to the 911 chick when you been here the whole time?
And that's when you look around again going, all right, who's doing this? This is a joke, right?
Man, please.
All right, I'm leaving. I brought her to the hospital like your ass. Bye.
This isn't a real person. This is one of those love dolls, right? It's like a really expensive one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So she dies.
Well, before she dies, when they tell him to put
the doctor, the 911. Oh yeah, they said that her lung is collapsing and that he needs to cut her open right at the rib, and he sticks in and his hand into her chest cavity.
Right before he does that, she's looking at him and just like one teardrop just falls out of her eye. That made me sad.
Oh my God. That was
just,
so
and it
hard
wasn't
to
like
watch.
it wasn't just like she started crying, like just one teardrop while she was just staring at him.
Yep.
And they're telling her you have to compress the lung so she can breathe, whatever. And he grabs the lung, and as soon as he
that's some bullshit.
He kills her.
Yeah.
I mean, she was gone.
Right. Right, but who's going to tell you to compress the lung? If she can't hardly breathe, you're going to compress the lung and squeeze it tighter? That doesn't sound too much like, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, but that don't sound...
I know they used to call me Professor Griff back in the day, but that I couldn't know. That didn't make any sense to me right off the grip.
Exactly. I do want to say to any new listeners, if you've already listened almost an hour into this isn't normally how our episodes go. We're usually a lot more lighthearted and somewhat funny. But this movie, Southbound, has got us going.
It brought the emotions out. There's a whole bunch of emotions all over the place.
Because I don't know if this movie, spoiler alert, we hadn't even got to the Calculator of Doom.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I like this movie. I don't know if I hate this movie. I don't know where I'm at with this movie yet.
I don't know either. Because it's also the tie-in is too. What is the tie-in? The hotel?
Well, we haven't even got to the fourth story yet.
No, I ain't finna do all this shit, son.
The tie-in.
All goddamn day, man.
The tie-in is that this reality is some type of limbo. That's what the tie-in is. Anyways, so she dies, and when she dies,
they're laughing at
the guy
him.
sits down and he's like losing his shit, and then everybody starts laughing. The 2 911 girls. The doctor, the so-called surgeon, is laughing at him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's there. He's like, I killed her. And technically his DNA is all over the place. His belt's on her. She's got blood in his car. Yeah.
He technically, yeah.
He hit her. He did hit her.
It was like he called Comcast customer service.
Wow. The thoughts and views of Cobweb pretty much mirror mine. Yeah, I agree pretty much.
Yeah, that's what we called. He didn't call 911. He called Comcast customer service.
Wow.
And they walked him all the way through it.
So they tell him it doesn't have to be this way. Now, does he get a second chance at life because he tried to help her? While it was his fault, technically, he hit her. But he tried all these things and did all these things to save her. They tell him, go into the back locker room. He goes into the back locker room. There's clothes there that fit him exactly right. They're like, it doesn't have to end this way. So he takes a shower, puts on these clean clothes, cleans all the blood off his Apple earbud, not earpods, but the old school earphones.
Yep.
And he walks out. Then he goes to hit the alarm for his car that's all busted up. and a car that's exactly like his car behind him beeps, boop, boop.
It's on you.
And it's a brand new car, and they're like, just walk away, you're good, nobody needs to know.
Yeah.
And he leaves.
Yeah.
So did he get to go the way of everybody else? I mean, not of everybody else. I mean, did he go to the light? What did he do that you know?
He tried to
he
save
moved
her,
on.
even though.
Dude, it's like a. Go ahead, Deb.
Yeah, even though he killed her trying to save her, and he listened to them. Unlike us, we would have just, you know.
Well, I would have waited.
I don't know what I would have done, to be honest.
I would have called my wife and told her on the phone what happened, and I'd have been like, "I'm waiting here."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, "You guys are going to send somebody." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And she's not going to die because of this. I'm telling you now. You send somebody out here right now.
So as
this is beyond my pay grade. Shit. They ain't paying me shit for this.
As he's driving away, and he's talking to 911, he's like, okay, so it doesn't have to be like this. And then the female person, the female voice is all like, nope, you're okay, you're good. And you see him drive away, and he passed by an old school telephone booth, a bar called The Trap that has a telephone booth outside. And you see that the person in the telephone booth is the female voice, the 911 operator. And she hangs up the phone, she walks away, and she walks into the bar. And there's it's a motley crew, an unsavory cast of misfits inside the bar. And the bartender,
typical.
Yep, the bartender, who is the cop from Orange is the New Black, one of the cops, the younger guy, the redheaded guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I know that is because Deborah was like, I know that guy. Where's he get from? I was like, yeah, stop already. So I had to IMDb him.
Okay.
And so he's like, you left the door open. He tells the 911 operator. And she's like, well, why didn't you close it? He's like, well, no, you left it open. You close it. He's like, it's barely, she says, it's barely even open. He goes, yeah, but it's open enough so somebody could see it. And so they're bickering back and forth. And as they're bickering, here comes in this guy, about 40-ish, almost 50-ish, with a shotgun. And the bartender looks at her like, see, now somebody came in.
Right. What the fuck was that? It was like, you know, the whole trap spot. Was that like an ode to like, what was that Quentin Tarantino flick? With the vampires and shit. Dust to Dawn.
No. See, the thing was, the door that he was talking about is the hidden doors that you can't see unless you cover your eye and got that tattoo on your hand.
Oh, yeah.
She left that type of door open, and a human came in. Come to find out that the human's looking for his sister, and he'd been searching for 13 years, maybe more, trying to find his sister, and it led to that bar. So at first it looks like it's a stick up, but it's not a stick up. He's just trying to find his sister, right? And then they're like, you don't want her to go where she's at. Where she's at, you don't want to go. It's not for people like you. And so he shoots one guy's hand off. And the bartender's like, fine, I'll take you over there. And they drive for a long time, and they get to this like soft serve ice cream, Mr. Freeze type place.
That shit was so fun.
And they go around the back, and he's like, all right, let's go. And it's just a solid wall. And he's like, we can't go through there. It's a wall. He's like, yeah, but you can't see. So he picks up his hand, puts his hand over one of his eyes. And I hate that happened. You know why?
Why?
Because about a month ago, I told Deborah I was going to tattoo an eye.
I knew you was going to say that.
Back of my hand.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Because I only use one eye as it is. I don't know if you knew that. And so I was going to have one on the back of my hand. That way I can cover my bad eye and just have it, you know. And now this is in the fucking movie. And I'm like, I can't do it now.
We saw it, and I turned around and looked at Josh, and I started laughing.
Oh, man. I knew you was going to think that. I was wondering if you was going to think about that, because I thought about that, too. That shit was fun. At that point, that was a little bit, again, you know, my sister was, me and her were cool.
Boy.
You know, it's been a good run. I know to accept.
Did you notice when he covered his eye and he had that tattoo on the back of his hand, that the tattoo blinked when his good eye blinked?
Yes.
And then that's when
Yes.
the door opened. Right? They go in
Yes.
and there's this tattoo parlor, and his sister is doing a much bigger one of the same tattoo on somebody's back. And he looks at her and he's like, you look so good. You look so young. And she's like, you look so old.
Yeah.
So she's been at this place. She hasn't aged. Well, she has, but slowly. Like I said, he's probably in his early 50s, mid 50s, somewhere like that. And she looks like she's in her late 20s.
Stress free.
Yes.
Yep. Happy.
And so he steals her and kills the bartender that led him to this place. He steals her. She's like, you don't want to do that. They get in the car, start driving off. They drive to literally the end of the road.
Yep.
And she's like, you can't go any further. It's not meant for people like you. And come to find out that back when they were kids, their parents died in a mysterious way. She was the one that did it. And he was like, no, it was an accident. She's like, no, I did it. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, and she was happy she did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck?
There's like no turning back.
She says, I came here. They didn't bring me here. I got myself here. This is where I want to be. And basically, she told him that if you go any further, I can't help you. So they start driving. What you got, Deb?
I would say, so if, like, once she said that, if he would have stopped and just went back, could he have gone without?
No.
Or was he already in there was it already too late?
He already shot that one demon's hand off. Then he kills the bartender.
So it was already too late for him.
Yeah. His ticket was punched.
Yeah. I don't think he could have got out if he could have. They weren't going to let him leave.
Nope.
But if he would have left when he
I don't think he knew how to get out anyway.
If he would have left when he was in the bar before he shot that one guy's hand, if they would have just they told him to leave and then he was like, all right, and then just left, it would have been all right.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or do you think they would have still got him since he went in there and saw them?
Because he went in, he was a human in a demon in a creature area or whatever. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to bring up the word white, and I'm not talking about any kind of race or anything like that. But visiting back,
Go ahead, Josh.
Visiting back to the movie Hereditary.
Right.
There were way too many naked white people in this movie. And when I say white, I mean literally they were painted white, like Kratos from God of War.
Oh
my God, they looked so ashy, didn't they?
Yes. They looked like they got dipped in flour because they were about to get fried.
But they were coming up from the ground, from the sand and stuff.
I'm okay with that, but they did not need to be butt ass naked.
Well, what would you expect them to wear, Josh? They're coming up from the ground.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
didn't
have
really
like
see.
Have some
you
respect.
must have been like
have some respect in
really
yourself.
looking, because I didn't.
No.
See that.
Right,
Because when they drive off the side of the road, the brother and sister drive off the side of the road. She's like, you know, he keeps on going, and then the light that's blinding him goes from green until red, and she's like, you can't stop now. If you stop, you're. And he's like, I can't concentrate. I need to stop. And she's like, I told you not to go, and you went, and I'm telling you not to stop, and now you're stopping. And so he stops. They break the window, and these naked ass, chunky ass dudes, super ashy Larry, are just grabbing him, and then taking off his clothes and all that. And I was like, I do not need to see this. I do not need to see.
Did they pull him down into the sand with them?
Yes.
I think so.
And they tore him to pieces. They were tearing him.
Man.
And then she goes back to
Who
tattooing
recommended this
people.
movie again? Them jokers over there from 98 films? 98
90 minutes of film.
90.
On
I
film.
don't know why I keep 98. Oh, because I'm thinking about that guy 98 special.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Deb, you got anything you want to throw in there?
That one didn't bother me as much as the
The worst one was the girls.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it was the girls.
Yeah.
Because I can see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would do that, but if my brother had been missing, But I can see him. I can understand him trying to look for his sister.
I'm going blind.
And she's been missing for 13 years, and then he probably got to break in and,
Yeah. All right, so.
Dude, pull it out, man. Make the music.
It's walking.
Mm-hmm.
And see, without them, it's me going doom, doom, calculator of doom, doom.
You're
I
saying
get it.
Doom?
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I love it.
the calculator of doom. Now, newbies, 0's bad, 10 is amazing. All right, Cobweb, sir, you are the opener and the closer this week, so that means you're the calculator firster.
I'm going to give this movie a 6.7.
6.7.
All right, 6.7. Deb, you're up next.
I give it a 5.
Straight up 5.
Yes, because I like 2 stories and I don't like the other 2 stories. Oh, but there was 5 stories, right?
So using that mentality, I give it a 4. 2 points for each story, and 2 of the stories. I got to give it a 6 because I like 3 of the stories.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Because I don't know why I was thinking it was 4 stories, but yeah.
All right, divided by 3. This movie gets a 6.23.
So it's 6.
Yeah, gets a 6.
How about
That's
that?
good.
Ironically enough, IMDb has it as a 5.9.
Hmm.
I don't think we've ever agreed that much with IMDb.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, that was a lot to
I
digest.
didn't read the storyline.
It's okay. We talked
Dude.
about it.
Hold on.
Oh no.
You don't have to do the storyline.
Hold on.
No, you don't have to.
On a desolate stretch of desert highway, weary travelers, 2 men on the run from the past, a band on their way to their next gig, a man struggling to get home, a brother in search of his long-lost sister, and a family on vacation are forced to confront their worst fears and darkest secrets in a series of interwoven tales of terror and remorse on the open road.
I just like that sound effect.
Honestly, tell the truth, Josh. That
Yeah.
that was better than the goddamn movie.
Oh, hey, you know what the tagline for the movie
Oh
was?
shit.
No matter which road you choose, it's all going south.
Fuck it, right?
Southbound, 2015. Yeah,
Oh shit.
man.
You know what? If anybody watches this movie or seen this movie, Josh, tell them that they call us up on the cast phone,
Oh shit.
and let them know about that. So definitely on that one. What's that number? Is
I
like
didn't even bring it up. 786-763-2278. One more time. 786-763-2278. While I'm in here, let me check. And there's a message. Oh, nope. It's from the place that we use to get our stickers. Hey, there's a sale going on right now.
Oh, there's a sale?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
early access to glitter stickers. Get 50 for $19. Normally $80.
I hear a Castofthepod giveaway.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all we got. One more time, I said it at the beginning. Anybody that's listened all the way through, thank you very much. All our social medias, Castofthepod, directly to the COBWEB. Unlike Chucky, I'm not throwing in the extra S's there. The COBWEB. You can hit him up on Instagram and TikTok, right? And Twitter.
Yeah.
COBWEB, COBWEB 411, because he's got that info. And we have a weekly podcast here, and every now and then we throw some extra stuff out on Patreon. I think the episode we recorded last week when I was all miserable and sick and Deborah was beginning to be sick and all that. I think that one's going to be a Patreon exclusive.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I thought we agreed about that during the show.
Why you always got to bring up old stuff?
Because you just brought up some old shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Goddamn.
I don't know.
Deb.
I don't know.
God.
All right, y'all.
I thought you had this figured out, Deb. I thought we got this figured out.
So until next time,
I don't know, I'm just getting
I'm
better.
Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
And
You have been warned.
Deb, it's not your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Deb.
Exactly, Deb. It's my turn.
There. I rewound it.
Wait, what the fuck was that, Deborah?
I rewound it. Remix.
You have been warned.
Thanks, y'all. Peace.
Bye.